I think a lot of people looked at in America or Europe would think, well, everybody in the world wants Trump to lose. Trump's very unpopular. The opinion polls show that. But actually, if you look around Asia, people have got used to Trump. If you look in India, in Japan, even where I am in Singapore, there are certainly people who like Trump's very tough approach to China. They like the fact that Trump doesn't lecture anyone about human rights. They like the fact that he's someone you can do a deal with. And so actually, I think Biden would be less welcome, or there's more anxiety about a Biden presidency around Asia than is commonly credited.
How much does this vary? I mean, country by country, though, because it's hard to describe Asia as a whole. I mean, are there pockets in which you think that perhaps some leaders out in this part of the world would prefer to see Biden as president?
Absolutely. I think there's a spectrum of opinion in every country. And so even in the countries like Japan and India, where I think on balance the elite probably would be happier with Trump slightly, there is plenty of people who think actually it would be better to have the calming influence of Biden, less likely to go around punching China on the nose, more willing to work with allies, more multilateral. So this isn't clear cut. I think the point is that there is a sizable chunk of opinion who actually likes Trump more than many of your viewers might think.
I mean, when you talk about the prospect of Biden working with allies when it comes to enforcing some changes they would like to see in China, that's something we hear a lot about. But we tried that, didn't we, with the Obama administration that Biden was a part of? And generally people will say, question whether or not it was effective. I mean, what do you think?
I think the Obama era China policy gets a bad rap, to be honest. I don't think it was as bad as it's often painted to be. And Biden would say, well, I've changed my views quite a lot since the Obama eras. I'm now much tougher on China. I called Xi a thug and a despot. So the Biden people wouldn't accept this characterization, but there are undeniable trade-offs. Biden does want to get a deal done on climate change, and he needs to work with China to do that. And we should all hope that he's able to do that. And so Trump doesn't really care about climate change, so he doesn't have to do that. So there are some tensions in Biden's position. And he would be less willing, I think, to go for the more erratic types of policymaking that Trump goes, the random threats of tariffs, the campaigns against TikTok, these kind of things. I think we just see a little bit less of under Biden. So it's not entirely false to say that Biden would have a more measured policy that some in China may welcome.
What about India, James? Because we have seen President Trump kind of foster this relationship with Narendra Modi. Do you think India would prefer to see Trump stay in office?
Again, I think you have a balance of opinions, but there is certainly a view in India that Trump has been pretty good for India-US relations. The militaries work more closely together. They're not allies, but they're closer to being allies than they would have been. I mean, I think India will think we're okay, whoever wins this thing, but we are a little bit nervous about what might happen with Biden. And if Trump comes back, well, we'll work with that too.